Hey everybody, welcome to Night Vision, the podcast where we bring the UCF clubs to you. My name is Antonio Mitchell, and today we are joined by Color Me Queer. Hey everybody.
Hi guys.
Awesome. Now everybody watching, can you please put on your night vision goggles and let's get to meet Color Me Queer. Can you please introduce your names and your pronouns for us, please?
Of course. Ladies first, obviously.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Mariah. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Vice President of Color Me Queer.
And hello everyone, my name is Jay, pronouns he, him, and I'm the current president of Color Me Queer.
Awesome. Thank you both so much for being here. I'm so excited to get to know more about Color Me Queer. First question I have for you both, tell us what it is. What is Color Me Queer?
Okay, so Color Me Queer is something truly beautiful, I would say. So we're a social organization that is dedicated to creating spaces and experiences for queer people of color here at UCF. So we try and have a diverse range of events that cater to a lot of different interests and things that people like to do. And we try to create as many events as we can where we can grow that community at UCF. So, we'll have movie nights, we'll have socials, card crafting events. So we try and keep things very fun.
Yeah.
Very engaging, but at the same time, we do represent a very marginalized group. So we do have events where we talk about those important topics, where we'll have like a panel where we'll have different people from the community come and talk about their identities, how it shaped who they are, and how it affects how they move through life. So, we have fun, but we know where we come from, we know our origins, and we make sure that we create space for those discussions.
Absolutely. That's so beautiful. It sounds like a really inclusive and valuable contribution to the UCF community, Color Me Queer. Can you tell me a little bit about how the club or organization got started?
Yeah, of course. So believe it or not, Color Me Queer's birth was like relatively new. We're actually coming up on March 7th. Actually, it's going to be Color Me Queer's third birthday. Yes, of course.
Toddler, yes.
Yes, a little
Toddler is so funny. We haven't been active for a long period of time, but so Color Me Queer was founded by our lovely, lovely founder, Jayla Morgan. She noticed that a lot of spaces at UCF, a lot of queer spaces, while they do provide spaces for LGBTQ plus folks, she wanted to create a more inclusive space that focuses on the intersectionality between queer identities and, for example, my identity as an African American or your identity as a Latino woman. So she created that space in order to focus on that intersectionality. And ever since then, despite only being around for 3 years, Color Me Queer has grown so much. When me and Mariah first joined, I believe it was like a year ago, our Instagram was only at around 700 followers. We blink and that number has doubled.
Hey!
And I feel like that number increasing is like a testament to how valuable this space is towards for people at UCF, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. It's a great contribution to the UCF community, and it is valuable for those people who are searching for a space like that. It's clear in the numbers.
It's clear in the numbers.
It's clear in the numbers. The people yearn for it, the people desire for it.
Yes.
That's awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more about how Color Me Queer is structured within the club itself?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Jay, our president, of course, our lovely president.
Hey.
And then we have me, I'm vice president. We also have lovely e-board members. So we have a secretary, we have a treasurer, fundraising chair, we have outreach coordinator, membership chair, philanthropy chair. Am I missing?
Diversity chair.
And diversity chair. And I think
if we're missing one, they're going to watch this video.
they're going to watch this and they're going to fire us.
But we have 10 positions on our board.
We have 10 total positions. And so Jay and I do split up the tasks between, making sure that everyone on eBoard is fulfilling their tasks and their duties. And also we like to check in on them, as eBoard members and also just as people as well. We have a very, very close-knit family on our eBoard. All of us love spending time together. We are a time. We are a time.
Yeah.
Yes. One thing we're the life of the party everywhere. And that's what people know us by. It's honestly we're just a fun time. Yeah, so we have our we have our 10 e-board positions, and then everyone does their respective duties, essentially. And we have everyone focus on what they're supposed to do. So obviously, philanthropy chair, we work on charity and like giving back to the community. And fundraising chair will focus on, you know, bringing in funds for CMQ because we are not funded. We have to make our own money. We have dues-paying members. You do not have to be a dues-paying member to come to our events. It's completely optional. You do get perks, of course. So we have member-only events. We also give them discounted rates at our fundraisers as well. And they also get to know about events before everyone else does. Ooh. So they have a couple, you know, exciting things that, you know, the members exclusively enjoy. But yeah, in order to be a member, you do just have to pay the dues. But like I said, everyone is welcome to come to our events. We love it when we see people come for the first time and we're like, oh, what's your name? You're new here. You know,
so much fun.
Yes, because we really love interacting with our members. So we're very aware of who comes in and out, and we love talking to them and like learning about them and what they like and what they don't like, and you know, their majors and all those fun things. So honestly, the best way to get involved with Color Me Queer is to show up to an event, and we'll handle the rest.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And honestly, I want to piggyback off of what Mariah was saying because a lot of people, they see Color Me Queer and they're like, oh, I'm not exactly LGBTQ, or I don't identify with any LGBTQ plus identity, or I'm not a person of color. Can I still attend these events? And like, I understand where they're coming from, but we always try and say that like, this club is open to anyone. So as long as you acknowledge who the space was created for and you bring that into that space. And I feel like so as long as you have that, anyone is welcome to come. Like Mariah said, we are a vibe. We would love to have you. We would love to have you guys can't see them, but we would literally love to have
production crew. Hey,
production crew, come out.
But we'd like literally love to have like anybody come in and just learn about what we do because we love to talk about what we do. That's why we're here in the first place.
Yes. That's awesome. Well, it sounds like a hoot and a holler for sure. For sure. Can you tell me more about these events that you put on?
Yeah.
So we have a variety of different events that we put on. So for example, we'll have fundraisers. This semester we had a Pie the E-board fundraiser outside Memory Mall. So sorry, she is currently my op. She's currently my op. I will have to say
what
that.
What happened?
I may have pied him in the face.
So it was supposed to be like a dual pie thing because one of her mutuals paid to have us both pie each other at the same time. And so she pied me like crazy. And then when I went to pie her, she runned away. She runned away.
Suddenly it's crickets.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're running away
Exactly.
the other direction.
But I was just like... like, guys, I was already pied so much. Like, give me a break, you know?
Actually,
it's for fundraising. It's
but yeah.
But we try and have a lot of events like that. So for our fundraisers, you know, we'll have a Pie the E-board fundraiser, or we'll have for Valentine's Day, like we sold flowers so people can make bouquets to give to like a special someone. So we'll have things like that. We also try and do a lot of social events. So we'll have a card crafting event. We'll have movie nights. We'll have events where people can just come and talk with other people, just to communicate and get to know other people in the community. And I guess like our biggest thing I would say is that we try to collaborate with a lot of different organizations. I'm probably going to talk about this a lot, but one of our really big collaborations that we had at the beginning of the semester was our extravaganza night. And that was a collaboration with Late Nights and LGBTQ plus student support services, which I'm also a part of. Awesome. But it was a huge collaborative event, and we wanted to essentially give, for those who might not know about Lavender Night is like it's a performance-based event where queer performers in the community come out and perform for UCF students. So we essentially wanted to give Lavender Night like a sister. Like Lavender Night needed a sister in spring. And so we all came together and we put on this amazing event. And we had Ivy, Les Vixens, a very notable burlesque performer in the community. She emceed and performed. And it was like a really beautiful event because there's just a whole bunch of really beautiful queer people coming together and just uplifting our community through performance. Yeah. And I even performed.
Yeah. Jay did perform, and he also brought me on stage too.
I did bring you on stage.
Yes,
Cue the video. wait. No, you had to be there. You had to be there.
No, it was honestly my favorite Color Me Queer event we've ever done, and I joined fall of 24. to date. And that was something that this club has been planning for over a year.
For a while now.
So
Really?
Yeah. So we put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. And then our old membership chair, Tendani, was the person who came up with the original idea. So when late nights came to us, we were like, oh, this is an opportunity.
This is an
and
opportunity.
and we took it. And they were so wonderful to work with.
Oh, yeah.
So it was LGBTQ plus services. It was a great time. Everyone had a blast. Jay got to perform. It was wonderful to see. It was queer excellence all around.
Queer excellence.
Awesome.
That's how you would describe
Queer
it. Queer excellence all around.
Yep.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
I will be searching for those videos on the depths of the internet. So just be on the lookout for that.
I'll just send them to you. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
got you.
And then we'll put it in here too.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
absolutely.
Wonderful. Awesome.
Thank you. So I do want to know a little bit more also, what has been like a favorite part of your experience besides, obviously Extravaganza Night and all these really, really fun events you're putting on? What's been a favorite part for your experience within Color Me Queer?
Yeah, so this is such a good question. I love answering this one specifically. I think for me, growing up in the town that I did, there weren't a lot of queer people. There wasn't a lot of queer representation either, especially when you look at that intersectionality aspect of queer identities. We don't see that a lot. And so when I came to UCF, this was the first place I felt like I could fully be myself. And this is the first time I felt like all aspects of my identity, like being Puerto Rican and being queer, all these things finally felt appreciated as one. And this was who I am. And I met people, like I met Jay and, all the wonderful people I've met through Color Me Queer, our e-board members, our other members, even people who have graduated. It is such a loving community. And you can truly be anyone. You can be from anywhere. It does not matter. It is a community full of love. And that already exists within the queer community. But I feel like, as Jay was saying earlier, it's kind of hard to find that intersectionality between all of those things. And also being able to speak about these identities politically and socially and how this affects our lives and all these things. And I just think for me, I have never felt truly more authentic than I have since joining this organization. Truly.
Tears. Tears.
Yes, I have never been so confident in my identity. I've never loved myself more. It's been amazing. And that's, not even for me having an e-board position, but also just being in those spaces as well. And the opportunities as well. I've met so many people, Ivy knows who I am. That's crazy. We're mutuals.
The concept of being mutuals with Ivy
I am
is
mutuals with Ivy.
insane.
The fact that Ivy is one of your ooms is kind of...
Literally. No, it's crazy. I'm like, how did I get here? Freshman Mariah would have never believed this.
I say that all the
Never.
time. Freshman me would not know just how much aura he is going to have
Genuinely.
in the future.
This is crazy. But yeah, no, I have so much thanks to give to this organization and everyone that's been a part of it. Even to the members who show up, even if it's just for one event, everyone has truly changed my life for the better. I can say that confidently.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Why do you think Color Me Queer and, clubs that sort of serve these marginalized communities, why do you think it's important to have here on campus?
So for me, I feel like people need to see that there are other people like them, and not necessarily having their exact identity, but the fact that they can meet people who have very similar experiences. For example, within Color Me Queer, a lot of people, especially queer people of color, we do not have a great time coming out to people within our families and our circles. And just having that space where we can have conversations with people who have had those similar experiences, it makes you feel like you're not alone. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to have that within Color Me Queer. It's just wow, you people have gone through the same amounts of stress and problems that I've had. And honestly, it makes me feel like the community is more interconnected that way because we see each other.
Yeah. As somebody who is studying politics and is aspiring to become a lawyer, in the future, I think being in this organization is very important because it, helps me feel connected to every aspect of my identity. But I also think that there's something so beautiful about the joy that we have as an organization that it almost feels like resistance. We're not going to shelter ourselves. We're not gonna be quiet and belittle ourselves to make everyone feel more comfortable, whatever that may mean to somebody. there may be religious people on campus walking around while we're doing a tabling event, but that doesn't mean that we're going to stop doing what we're doing, you know? We've even had people, a lot of conservative people come up to us during our events and say things to us or try to, you know, put us down or, you know, question us or make us feel bad about, you know, what we're doing and our identities. And it's like, you can say anything you want to me, really and truly. It's not going to make me back down. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to uplift this organization. I'm going to uplift my people. I'm going to uplift myself because we deserve the space on this campus.
Period.
We deserve a space in this country, and we deserve the same rights as everyone else. We deserve the same love as everyone else. And no one's going to stop that.
Actually, I'm 100% going to piggyback off of that.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone asks about like our organization and about what we do, and just like whenever I'm talking about Color Me Queer, because I talk about Color Me Queer a lot.
Yeah.
One thing I always say, and it's what Mariah mentioned, if you don't feel comfortable protesting, or if you don't feel comfortable like going out and being active against like the state of the world right now, because let's be honest, it is
scary.
It is a mess right now.
Yeah.
If you don't feel comfortable doing that, one thing I love to say is that joy is an act of resistance. Being happy and unapologetically yourself in this world is an act of resistance, because no matter how much they try to diminish our light, we're still shining.
Yeah. And we're still successful and we're doing it. And I always tell people, like, and you know what's so funny is Ivy says this too.
Yeah.
Like, the best thing you can do is take care of yourself, you know, as a queer person of color.
Focus on your village.
Yes. You know, and I remember someone telling me one day, you know, make a difference in your community first and you'll see how far that goes. And I truly think that the joy that we create in the safe spaces that we create here, it goes a long way.
1000%.
It goes a very long way. I've had people come up to me and be like, you know, Color Me Queer has changed my life. And like, you know, I've never been in a space like this where I felt so appreciated. I'm like, that's how I know that what we're doing is making a difference. And now we may not be on the front lines protesting, but the work that we're doing here is going to go a long way. And I hope that the work that I do personally goes a long way because I want to work in politics. And I do want to make a difference. But it's good to know that, you know, providing this space and this happiness and this joy for, you know, the people here at UCF, you know, it does make a difference. And I think, as Jay said, it's an act of resistance. And the best thing we can do is take care of ourselves, love one another, and love ourselves.
Period.
Yeah.
That part.
That's really beautiful and that's really awesome. Where do you both see Color Me Queer going into the future?
That's a really good question.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know if we can, I feel like it's probably okay to mention this, but next year, me and Mariah are planning on being co-presidents for Color Me Queer.
Awesome.
So we are both involved in a lot of different stuff. So we wanted to be co-presidents to kind of like, we both still want to very much lead Color Me Queer, but we also want to split up the work so that we can make time for our baby, but also make time for the other things we have going on.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like with both of us being co-presidents, lofty goal, but I would love for us to be like the number one, like, LGBTQ plus like RSO at UCF. Like I want people to come to UCF and be like, what queer organization should I be a part of? And like the first thing that comes to people's minds is like, you should go to Color Me Queer.
Yeah.
Do you see like your outreach or like the like breadth of people involved and like students being involved with Color Me Queer? Do you see that sort of growing and expanding as well into the future?
Absolutely.
1000%.
I think even, I mean, as we mentioned before, even when we started Color Me Queer, when he was vice president, I was fundraising chair, our following was much lower, like less people coming to our events and all those things. And, you know, almost 2 years from that, I mean, the organization has just doubled in size. And I think that if we keep going on this path, I mean, we can, I don't know, we're powerful.
I think we can take over the world.
The world.
That's the goal.
Really, but I would honestly love to see, and this is definitely a goal that would be far in the future, but having UCF expand to other universities. So, you know, other universities across, you know, Florida and even America at some point. Who knows?
Right.
Can have the
big.
opportunity to have the community that we do here at UCF.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I am curious, how did you both find out about Color Me Queer first, and how did you like join?
I love telling this story
Me
so
too.
much. So it was my freshman year. So I was attending an event that the Black Student Union hosts called Convocation. And Convocation is essentially an event where the BSU highlights a lot of different like Black RSOs and groups at UCF and gives them a chance to like talk about what they do and just have people learn more about them. It's a really beautiful event. And so I attended with one of my really good friends at the time, and I went and we were sitting down and the MC was like, okay, we're going to have all the organizations like announce who they are or whatever. They're like, this organization and that organization. And they got to one silly little organization. They're like, yeah, can Color Me Queer shout themselves out? I've never turned my head so fast in my life. It was like I was like, oh my God. And so the way I describe me first hearing about Color Me Queer was honestly, I would say it was like love at first sight in a way, because seeing that organization made me realize that throughout my life, I never really had a space that caters to both aspects of my identity as like a Black man and as a queer man. So seeing that organization, I was like, oh my God, I have to be a part of this. And so I joined. That was in February that it happened, I believe. I joined in February, and then I blinked. In April, I became its vice president.
Wow.
That is very true.
What a success story right there.
Yeah, no, for sure. For me, I found out about Color Me Queer my freshman year here. I'm currently a junior, and my sister knew a couple people on the e-board, and she had just recently graduated last spring, but she told me, she was like, that organization that, we're always like, attending their events and stuff, they're opening up their e-board positions, and I was like,
Interesting suggestion.
Interesting suggestion there. So I've always been very interested in campaign work because I'm a political science major, and I love all things politics, and that also goes into my identity as well. Like who am I as like a Hispanic woman who is also queer? And I saw that the fundraising chair position was opened, and I was like, oh wow, this is me. I was like, oh, I need to do this. So I applied. I DM'd CMQ on Instagram, and then I had an interview with Jay.
Oh my God, yeah,
Jay,
you did.
yes.
Oh
And
my
the
God.
first thing that he said when I got onto the call, he said, wow, you're so pretty.
Oh my God.
Well,
And I was like, okay,
Way to call
yeah.
me out like that.
And
That's
I was
crazy.
like, okay, yeah, so this is where I'm meant to be.
So I got the position.
So I got the position, to say the just to put it out there. And I can say I was one hell of a fundraising chair. Like, I low-key ate that up.
The amount of money that Mariah brought us in,
Yeah.
that like basically one semester that she was fundraising chair, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
low-key impressive.
Yeah, I can definitely, shout myself up for that one. But, and then I was fundraising chair from that fall to April. And then in April, I became vice president for
Wow.
our elections. Yeah.
congratulations to you both.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
What would you say is the reason that people should join Color Me Queer, whether it's beyond different identities, whether it's beyond different orientations, identities, ethnicities, races? Like, what would be the benefit for these people across all different types of groups to join Color Me Queer, would you say?
So I guess the term that I would use to describe Color Me Queer is that it's a melting pot. Like, it has a lot of different diverse identities, and people coagulate together to create this beautiful, amazing club. And I feel like people could greatly benefit from just learning about different people's experiences and their stories, and just hearing how their identity is unique to them, and how their ethnicity and their sexuality shapes how they navigate life. And I feel like anybody, for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, getting to hear that there are people yes, they've had similar shared experiences with me, but they've also grown up in completely different environments. It opened my mind. I guess that's how I would say it. Just it showed me that wow, the LGBTQ plus community is it's very broad and very diverse, and it has a lot of different people that exist within it. And I feel like anybody could greatly benefit from hearing those stories and learning about the different ways that queer people exist, because we exist in a lot of beautiful, weird, different ways. And I feel like all of those voices deserve to be highlighted.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I just want to add on to that too. I think that the thing that really makes Color Me Queer so special is our sense of community that we have. I think it is the one place that a lot of us don't feel judged. I think that, exploring your identity, whether that's your sexuality or what it means to be who you are, or figuring out your gender, or just, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, whatever it may be that pertains to who you are as a person. I feel like figuring that out in this organization is such a unique experience because we have people of different genders, of different sexualities, races, ethnicities, religions, nationalities. We have everyone, and everyone is so loved and appreciated the same exact way. And I think that yes, we love you guys. Hello. But I think that a lot of people can just really find a space where they can truly be themselves. As I was saying earlier, even with myself, I feel like Color Me Queer is the one place where I'm I don't have to dial myself down or, worry about, social expectations. I can just be myself in these spaces and not worry about what other people may think of me. So I really encourage people to join Color Me Queer for that exact reason. You're going to find a lot out about yourself and also feel the support of your community as well.
And community is all that we have, and we need community.
Need that bad right now. Very bad right now.
Wow.
Very bad right now.
That's amazing. Yeah. How exactly do you structure sort of meetings within Color Me Queer? Do you have meetings that happen weekly, bi-weekly? When people want to join, where do they go first?
Yeah, so first of all, if you want to learn more about the type of events that Color Me Queer has, we are on Instagram at cmq.ucf. We are also on Night Connect, and we also have a really large Discord server where we use those three main platforms to kind of share our events. We try and have one general body meeting every month, and that will typically be the last Thursday of every month. And we also try and have 1 to 2 socials a semester, 1 to 2 fundraising events a semester. And we also try and have, throughout the semester, we try and have 3 to 4 community service events.
Oh, nice.
So we try and stay really active with the type of events that we put out to make sure that there are just a lot of opportunities for people to come and get to know our community.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I would say we don't go 2 weeks without having some sort of event. We are always active throughout campus.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we have e-board meetings bi-weekly. So we are always on top of things. We are always coming up with ideas and events and ways that we can implement these events and things that we think our members would like and ways that we can function better as an e-board for our members and our community as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Yeah. And is it on the Instagram or on the social media that they can find where to submit their dues and where to officially join?
Yeah, so every semester we'll typically make a post and it'll be hey, this is how much dues are for the semester. These are your perks and your benefits if you become a due paying member. This is the deadline and this is where you sign up. So we always make sure to have a post every semester and we'll pin that post and we'll be this is where you get all your information from.
Yes.
So we always want to make sure that stuff is very easy to access and very well known so that people can become due-paying members and get to hang out with us.
And our due-paying members also have the chance to be in the spotlight on our Instagram. We do member spotlights.
Member spotlight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we shout them out because we love them very much.
We love you guys. If you guys are watching this, I love you guys so much.
Oh, how beautiful. Well, thank you both so much for joining us here at Night Vision today. That unfortunately is all the time that we have left. But you hear that, people. Go attend a GBM. Go ahead and find them on their social medias. Meet them on their Discord. Find that form. Submit those dues. Get a member spotlight, maybe. You can take off those Night Vision goggles now and you can come meet them in person. So thank you so much for watching Night Vision. You can continue following us on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.